Coming up next, the guest list is brought to you by My Wedding Magazine, where the art of celebration is portrayed with the utmost beauty. Visit www.myweddingmag.co.nz or subscribe now in print or digitally so you don't miss a thing. The guest list is also supported by the Wedding Associates, hand-picked collection of the best venues and suppliers, and hire plants. Whatever your purpose, hire plants have it covered.
Welcome to the guest list. On today's show, Anita Gatley will be reviewing an amazing resort in the Pacific. Great for your honeymoon or wedding. And later on, Deb from Kombined Experience will be talking about the amazing classic Kombis. Wait until you see these incredible Kombis for your wedding. Joining me now is wedding travel specialist Anita Gatley. Anita, where in the world are we going to today?
Thanks, Nikki. Well, this really has to be one of my all-time favourite properties. And I must admit I've travelled quite a bit around the world, very lucky in my job, but Rumours in Rarotonga is one of the most outstanding properties I've ever been to. It's only small, so it's only got 5 villas, but you walk into the property and it's like you're living the life of a rock star. Ooh. So if you want exclusive, this is the place to go. Absolutely stunning. And if you look in most of the places around the world, it's really up there. They are part of the luxury hotel group and they just do everything. They just go over and above to wow their clients, and I really think that if you want something a bit special, not just your average holiday, then this is the place to go. Rumours in Rarotonga. So they have only, as I said, 5 villas, ranging from the beachfront platinum villa to the romance villas, and then also the spa villas. So obviously if you wanted to go for a spa, then you'd be right next to the spa treatment area. It's called Waterfall Spa Facility. It runs over 2 levels, and it's won an awful lot of awards. So one of the areas is that they really do well is actually the romance. Wowing their clients, they go over and above and everything's turned on. So just to have a look at the beachfront platinum villa, this was amazing. So all you can see is beautiful blue azure water out into the Muri Lagoon, and the thing I really loved is that they've got these private flowing plunge pools, and they have these waterfalls that is the backdrop, and it's just amazing. And one of the stories that the owners, Grant and Carolyn, told us while we were there is that a couple had come over from the West End in London and they were writing one of their West End shows, and that was the area that they stayed in, and so it was a really, you could see that it was obviously a creative place. It was quite serene, and you know, it obviously got the creative juices flowing, and it was just beautiful. So you just feel like you're in a movie. Speaking of movies, in the beachfront platinum villa, they've got a movie theatre. Oh. So you go into this room and it's like being in a little theatre yourself. It's just amazing. So they've got an indoor 3-metre high waterfall actually as part of the villa, and also a spa pool, so when it gets a little bit chilly, which is not often, but you've got that spa pool facility as well. A fully equipped kitchen, complete with the espresso machine and a barbecue outside. Sun lounges on both the front and the back deck, and personal kayaks, and it's literally right on the lagoon edge. So you can imagine that it's big. You know, it's probably about as big as my house. Oh, so it is just really the home away from home if you want to be the rock star. They do have quite a few different types of rooms, the beachside romance villas or the spa villas, but obviously you can come through to me and I can advise you on which is the best one for you. They're quite private, and it's not really a resort you go to and there's hundreds of people around. They're all very private, so it's really just you and your better half. So it's really private. All you can hear is the sound of the waterfall and the sound of the pool, and then you've got the waves lapping up from the lagoon. So it's really gorgeous, but there's not a lot going around at the resort. You're not going to be interrupted by your neighbours, or it's not that type of resort. It's really to get away, you and your other half, staff and just be completely private. They really do privacy well. I do recommend that you take reef shoes, because going out onto the Murray Lagoon, especially if they've got the little sea slugs, sometimes they're not very nice. But yeah, that would be all the sort of thing that the only really thing you'd need to take extra. They've got wireless internet in all the villas, and they do have a guest laundry on site, and some of the villas do have their own laundry facilities, but once again, that's the sort of thing that I can advise on. They will also bring in food if you order, you can have steaks and that sort of thing, they can order those in for you, or you can, they'll organise to take you to one of the local restaurants. In Rarotonga, there's heaps of beautiful restaurants, so a lot of people would probably eat out most nights, but they've got the facilities there if they want to do all of their own cooking. They can even organise a chef to come in and cook if that's what they wanted. It's that sort of service. Nothing is too difficult. Anything that they want, they just have to ask, and it will be provided. They do weddings, and I met the wedding planner up there, Trish, who does the weddings on behalf of Rumours. She's well respected in the industry, been in the industry in Rarotonga for a long time, but even the villas lend themselves really well to having a small wedding because they're so large. So she does a few weddings actually within the villas.
Wow.
Yeah, so they also have platinum and honeymoon packages that they offer little extras from time to time. So those are definitely the sorts of things that I have access to, and people just have to ask and we'll deliver. It is definitely a beautiful property, and I'm sure that anybody that was to go there would not be disappointed.
Great. Thank you so much, Anita. If you've missed any of our past episodes, don't forget you can hop onto our website or our Facebook page and catch up with all those past episodes. After the break, Deb from Kombined Experience will be talking about the amazing classic Kombis. Wait until you see these incredible Kombis for your wedding.
Something missing in your scape? Hire Plants specialise in plantscapes with purpose for a wide range of events, weddings, expos and film shoots. Our knowledge, experience and range make it easy to enhance your venue. Ivy balls and buxus, palms and natives, indoor and outdoor. Hire Plants offer easy access, delivery, installation and pickup. Whatever your purpose, Hire Plants have it covered.
The guest list is brought to you by My Wedding Magazine, where the art of celebration is portrayed with the utmost beauty. Visit www.myweddingmag.co.nz or subscribe now in print or digitally so you don't miss a thing. The guest list is also supported by the Wedding Associates, hand-picked collection of the best venues and suppliers, and hire plants. Whatever your purpose, hire plants have it covered.
Hi, welcome to the guest list. I am now joined by Deb from Kombined Experience. Welcome, Deb.
Thank you.
Lovely to have you here. Now tell me, what is Kombined Experience?
Kombined Experience is a luxury vehicle hire company with a twist. Kombined is a play on the word Kombi. Our fleet contains 1960s Volkswagen Kombi split screens, which have been restored from ground up. The vision of the company is to create a experience that is totally unique, that is like nothing else on the market, and I think we've done that with these beautiful iconic Kombis.
The vehicles are really cool, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. They speak retro, lots of fun. They just make people smile when they see them. They really make people's day, so they're great fun.
So how many vehicles are there in the fleet?
We've got 3. There's the original 2 Kombis that came with the business when we bought it 6 months ago. We were quite lucky. They came fully restored, but we've now gone down the journey of restoring one ourselves, so it's very exciting.
And what is your personal connection to VW?
Yes, goes back a long time. My husband and I's family are Kombi lovers from way back, and Beatles have been in the family. One particular auspicious day, my parents went out and left a rather suspicious message on our kitchen table saying they'd be out and back in an hour, and they came back with my very first car, which is a Volkswagen 1302S. So lovely, love them, and have always been in our lives. So when this business came along, perfect for the Mayos.
Fantastic. And they're great vehicles. Now, particularly for a wedding, when a couple hires a vehicle, they don't just get the car, do they?
No, they don't.
What do they get?
Our aim with bookings is to make them seamless from start to finish, so that we can guarantee our clients an absolutely unique experience. So for weddings, we hire them out. They come with our driver. We've 4 professional drivers. The Kombis are obviously polished up to their most beautiful point, and they come with ribbons and rosettes and complimentary bubbles. They're just a great time vehicle, and it'll be a totally unique experience for people to come and ride in.
Now, I can imagine that obviously the Kombi won't fit every style of wedding, but there are particular styles of wedding that it is really, it just fits with.
Absolutely.
So anything that's Kiwiana, the beach, anything like that.
Absolutely. And then we have some very formal weddings, and they just bring in this bit of fun, which is great also, and totally shock their guests with turning up in a Kombi.
Fantastic.
So it's good.
Because they're large vehicles and they can seat multiple people, it answers the question, when you've got a great big bridal party and many bridesmaids, many groomsmen, you can get them all in.
Yes, it can. And several of our clients actually hire 2 Kombis and just make a great day of it, and it looks spectacular having the 2 trailing each other to a ceremony or a photo venue. The club style seating is perfect. We generally seat 6 in the back, and depending on which Kombi, 1 or 2 in the front, as well as the driver. So it avoids the need to hire several cars. For smaller parties, you can have 1 vehicle rather than 2 or 3. So yeah, it works well for weddings in particular.
What is the hire period?
We do a minimum of 3 hours for weddings, and that comes with all the things we talked about before, with the bubbles and ribbons and everything. And that's really what you need for a wedding, to get the most out of the Kombi and have a great photo shoot. And there's a lot of talk generated by them. By the time you turn up to your ceremony and the reception, there are people crowding around these vehicles wanting to touch and feel and reminisce about
I can imagine.
memories.
I can imagine the poor drivers going, don't touch, don't touch, don't touch. And what sort of area do you cover? Because you're based here in Auckland.
That's right.
So what sort of area?
So we're based in Kumu, near all the vineyards and wedding venues, but we cover Auckland wide. We very often do Matakana and Omaha, and we'll go down to Bombay. In the off-season we will do out-of-town weddings such as Hamilton or Whangarei, relocation charges that apply for that, but when people want a Kombi they'll take them anywhere.
So let's talk about the specific cars within the fleet. You've got 3 in total.
When Anthony and I inherited the business, 2 of the Kombis were already restored from ground up, so that hard work was done. So Kelly is our flagship Volkswagen Kombi. She's a 1967 split screen with a rag top. She also features a DVD screen which can drop down. You can pop photos in of your journey as a couple before you being married. Fantastic sound system. The club style seating in Kelly is great, white leather facing each other, so 6 can be seated there and then another 1. And a very tiny person, you could get 8 in there. So, so yeah, she is a class act inside and out. The next Kombi to be restored was Bessie. She started life as a plumber's van and she's just very classy.
She's really come up in the world.
She has come up in the world. So she is gorgeous and she's champagne in colour, so lends herself very well to all types of wedding colour coordinations. She seats 5 in the back and 1 in the front and has sort of an off-white cream seating or pleated seating. She also features original Kombi panelling and another great ground sound system, and I always say she's got the biggest motor of the fleet at 1835 cc's, which is always a bit of a laugh. So we've now purchased a 3rd Kombi, Olive, and we were lucky enough to purchase her here in Auckland, and she was in great condition, but we couldn't resist restoring her, so she has now been restored, lowered with mags and beautiful paintwork as our other 2 Kombis. So her beautiful mint green is just lovely. Will lend itself really nicely to vintage weddings, to all sorts of colour schemes, and will be a lot of fun. So Olive will be based out at Waiheke starting January. We had hoped to get her there earlier, but there's been so much interest in her that she's actually booked up now until January. So
she's a popular
she's
girl.
a popular. I've pipped her to be a head turner. So
I love how you refer to them all of these lovely ladies. It's
oh,
just
they
gorgeous.
are. They're wonderful, and they all have their own characters. You know, Kelly's got a bit of attitude. She's got a bit more of a stoky exhaust, so she's got a bit of attitude, whereas Bessie's just totally comfortable in her own skin and zooms along very nicely. So they'll be a great ride for anyone looking for something very different for their wedding.
I'm talking to Deb from Kombined Experience. When we come back from the break, Deb and I are going to continue talking about the amazing Kombis. I'll see you after the break.
Something missing in your scape? Hire Plants specialise in plantscapes with purpose for a wide range of events, weddings, expos and film shoots. Our knowledge, experience and range make it easy to enhance your venue. Ivy balls and buxus, palms and natives, indoor and outdoor. Hire Plants offer easy access, delivery, installation and pickup. Whatever your purpose, Hire Plants have it covered.
The guest list is brought to you by My Wedding Magazine, where the art of celebration is portrayed with the utmost beauty. Visit www.myweddingmag.co.nz or subscribe now in print or digitally so you don't miss a thing. The guest list is also supported by the Wedding Associates, hand-picked collection of the best venues and suppliers, and hire plants. Whatever your purpose, hire plants have it covered.
Hi, welcome to the guest list. I am joined by Deb from Kombined Experience. I can imagine that these Kombis are a huge talking point, not only with clients but with guests too. What kind of feedback do you get?
Oh, so far as a talking point goes, we cannot go anywhere in a hurry. We are so often stopped at lights, people beeping behind us, and there'll be someone waving to us out a window trying to talk about the story of their memories of Kombis. It's hilarious. But the feedback is that our clients say quite often when they've booked just through the website, that they say, gosh, they're even better in real life. And once they feel and touch and experience the Kombis, they're just totally taken in by their charm. And our clients are just quite often just say, oh, they're so stoked to have a totally unique experience, that they wow their guests with something totally different as they arrive to their ceremony and reception. So yeah.
So following on from that, what sort of feeling do you get from driving or riding in a Kombi?
I'm obviously a little bit eccentric about Volkswagen, so
you're not a little bit biased or anything like that.
I would have to say it's just euphoria. But the time you turn that key and hear that quintessential Volkswagen motor purr, you're just taken in with it. You know, it's a lot of fun, and it's a really nice feeling to be able to sharing this bit of history, to drive a piece of history, but to share that with our clients is awesome.
Now, you have mentioned that you took over the business about 6 months ago.
That's right.
So how long has the business been going prior to you taking over?
Sure, 6 years. So Joe and Phil Hazelmore, who came up with the fantastic idea, they started in 2009, and the Kombis have graced many a wedding and special event thereafter.
Now, talking of special events, because you don't just do weddings, do you? You do other types of functions too.
That's right, that's right. So we're available for anniversaries, birthdays, retro picnics, which is something that's very
cool. Cool idea.
Yeah. So Bessie actually has a retro picnic basket in the back of her, and it's all kitted out with Crownland crockery for 4 with thermoses. So you can really go to town and have a real blast from the past with Bessie. We're also available for promotional events, corporate transfers, etc. So anything you can imagine, really, that you can use a Kombi for.
Have you had any commercials? Done any commercial work?
Not yet.
Oh, we need to tick that box.
Yes,
then.
we do. I actually have got someone that is thinking of it this week, so I'm like,
great.
They're going to be famous.
All right, what would you say is different with regards to hiring a Kombi to hiring another type of vehicle for a wedding?
Sure. I think the main differential point is the access for brides. You know, brides have beautiful dresses, they don't want them creased or stood on. There's plenty of room in the Kombi, and the barn style doors are fantastic for access, so the bride can get in beautifully, arrange her train or veil, whatever. There's plenty of room for her, and she's not trying to get in behind seats, etc. So that is a really good bonus with the Kombis.
Very good point.
Yeah.
And you can't go past the fun aspect either.
Absolutely not.
No. Deb, so a couple wanting to book a combined experience for their wedding, what's the best way to get hold of you?
They can book us through the Wedding Associates website. Wedding Associates is a conglomerate of wonderful suppliers for weddings. You can buy a discount card through there, and it accesses you to discounts through all the vendors. So I think for $49.95 you can become a discount card holder, and of course Kombined Experience as a member will give you a great discount on your wedding booking as well.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for coming and joining me on the show.
Thank you for having me.
It's been my absolute pleasure. I think the vehicles are absolutely wonderful, and certainly for the right type of wedding, an amazing addition to have on your wedding.
Great, thank you.
Thanks, Deb. I've been talking to Deb from Kombined Experience. Now, don't forget, if you've missed any of our past episodes, you can hop onto our website or our Facebook page and catch up. I'm Nikki Lewis. This is The Guest List. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.
guest list studio set is supplied by Hire Plants.
The guest list is brought to you by My Wedding Magazine, where the art of celebration is portrayed with the utmost beauty. Visit www.myweddingmag.co.nz or subscribe now in print or digitally so you don't miss a thing. The guest list is also supported by the Wedding Associates, hand-picked collection of the best venues and suppliers, and Hire Plants. Whatever your purpose, Hire Plants have it covered.